It is the 9th of March. It's a Wednesday today. Happy hump day to you all. I'm going to start reading, well, not start because I'm like 100 pages in, but I'm going to read Middle Game by Shona Maguire. If you don't know what it's about, well, I'm 95 pages in, out of a 528 page book. If you don't know what it is, it follows Roger and Dodger, who are twins. Roger is skilled with words and languages come easily to him. Dodger is his twin and numbers are her world. And then we follow Reed, who is skilled in the alchemical arts like his progenitor before him. Reed created Roger and Dodger. He's not their father, but he has a plan to raise the twins to the highest power, to ascend with them and claim their authority as his own. Godhood is attainable, pray it isn't attained. This book has gotten me out of a reading slump. An 8-month-long reading slump. I could not be more happier. What I did was, I had like a random number generator. I did 1 to 8 or 1 to 7, however many books I had. And number 6 was on the list. This book is number 6 that I had on my list. And I started reading it. I had thoughts about starting to read this anyway. And it really helped me get out of a reading slump. Like I said, I am 95 pages into it. I'm starting to understand a little bit more about it. It seems like this could be portal fantasy. And I say that because I read the synopsis a little bit for Over the Woodwood War. And that one seems like it's a little bit of a portal fantasy. I don't know what Reed wants. There's this thing about the doctrine. And it's fascinating stuff. I don't think I've grasped the concept yet of what Reed wants the twins for. He's going to use the twins no matter what. But yeah, he created the twins. I don't know what he's using the powers for, but it's all very interesting so far. I'm going to continue reading maybe this afternoon or something, but I'm hoping to get this done before War of the Two Queens, or the War of Two Queens, the 4th book in the From Blood and Ash series, comes out. This also has a companion novel, which if I really enjoy this one, I'm going to order the other one, because why not, you know? This is a ridiculously long intro, doesn't need to be this long, but anyway, I will give you an update when I have read more. Okay, haven't really done much reading or any reading at all. I just wanted to take a it's so awkward, this car's coming by everywhere. And anyway, I'm just taking like a chill morning, and I'm at the movies now. I'm really choked. I'm at the movies now. I'm going to watch The Batman. I'm excited for it, yet I'm nervous because the last 3 movies I've seen, I've kind of like wasted my money on them because they were kind of underwhelming, but I wanted to get out, so that's why I went to them. I'm hoping this one is good. I have a feeling it will be. It's 3 hours. Like fucking hell, I have not sat at a movie for 3 hours other than The Lord of the Rings. Wish me luck. I hope it all goes good. I'll let you know what to think about it when I get out. That was so good. One of the best movies I have seen in like a few months. Like, it was really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. Just the corruption and how far it goes. Like, I've always liked DC villains better than Marvel villains, to be honest. Just, yeah, I think the guy at the end, like, if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. I think the guy at the end, I think it might be Joker. Like, if you know who I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, the prison scene. I think it's Joker. Damn, I don't think Matt Reeves, the director, I don't think he does sequels. I read somewhere that he doesn't, but God, please make a sequel for this one. I don't know if there will be, but you can't leave it like that, especially with the post-credit scene. Gotham City is one fucked up place, and it was really good to really see that. And it didn't click until the end what they meant by everyone works for this one person, and it didn't click until the end of the movie, and I was like, oh damn, holy cow. It did not feel like a 3-hour movie. My bladder was telling me it was a 3-hour movie, but it did not feel like a 3-hour movie to me. So I'm gonna go home now and get off me. A bit of hair stuck on me. I'm gonna go home, have a snack or something. Robert Pattinson makes a really good Batman. And Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, like, I was happy about that when I heard about that. Like, I was very happy that she was Catwoman. Because she just has that look, you know? That's all I have to say. I'm home now. And another thing about Batman, like the Batman movie as well, is that with Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman, right? When I've done my research about it, like about her, she was in an orphanage and she did have a roommate. And that was what happened in the movie. And I was very happy about that because that's the research I had done about her origins and how she became Catwoman. Damn, she's awesome. I love Catwoman. She's one of my favorites. I love her a lot. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say. That was literally all I had to say, just about Catwoman. Hello, Maggie. You like how she sits? Like a little lady. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? I'm home now. Did some shopping. You would have seen the last clip of that shirt. And I did end up buying it because it's such a nice shirt. It's a really damn nice shirt. Yep, I'm home now. Had sushi, had lunch. I didn't vlog too much other than just that shirt I tried on. I just wanted it to be for myself. So it's good to have things by yourself or for yourself. Hey, Maggie, what do you think? What do you think? You see all the Star Wars stuff? We're a Star Wars family here. Hey, look! There's Maggie! There's Maggie! In the camera! In the camera! Oh, she's going crazy! Hiya! So, I didn't update you yesterday because I just did not read yesterday. I haven't made too much of a headway into what's this book again? Middlegame by Shauna Maguire. But I feel like it's going to be a quick read for me. Like, I say that and I'm still onto page, just say like 120 something. So yeah, I wanted to get to page 200 by Friday and like try to read 100, 150 pages a day to get this done by Tuesday, because that's when the War of the Two Queens comes out. I can get this book done Wednesday, Thursday maybe, and then just hopefully binge the War of the Two Queens. I was just busy yesterday and I just did not want to read it all. Having a night shift and then also watching a TV show, watching YouTube then after, I just did not want to read. Which is, I never ever get reading done on Friday. Never ever. I never have time for it on Friday. Friday is always somehow stupidly busy. I really don't get it, but yeah. Did not get too much reading done, but it is interesting. It's so good. It really is. There's this group of higher officials in like the alchemy area, I guess you could say, called the Congress, I believe it is. And it's just so fascinating how they are planted beautifully in Roger and Dodger's lives to keep them in check. And it's interesting to see because they have it so these, I'm just going to say Reed. Reed is the creator of Roger and Dodger, right? But he's not the father. Because I believe these people do work for Reed. Like, these people do work for Reed. It has been said that. And it's just fascinating how they are all planted precisely where they need to be to keep an eye on Roger and Dodger to make sure they meet at the perfect time. Because they could have... Oh, I just spat on myself. Yuck. Because they could have easily have met each other when they were kids, but they were like, nah, you gotta stop that. So it's like they know who to target to stop the kids from doing that. They know who to target. We don't know about Dodger and how she stopped. We just know Roger got stopped because he's a little bit more of a sensitive person. So it's very fascinating how it's all like intricately woven together. And I love it. I'm starting to realize I actually really like books with secret organizations in it. And just keeping an eye on people and stuff like that, and how much these people in these secret magical organizations have jobs or higher positions of power in our real life outside of this secret society to keep an eye on things. I'm loving that. I really truly am. I'm hoping to get to page 200. Hopefully maybe a little bit more today with Middle Game. That's all I have to say. I will see you with another update. I don't want to say that the reading slump is back, but I am worried that the reading slump is back. I was really feeling it in the beginning, but now I'm just slipping back into this fucking reading slump I can't seem to shake. Oh my god. Didn't get too much reading done. I'm hoping beyond all hope I can. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. And to top it all off, I dropped a whole box of chickens today at work. I just dropped it all on the fucking floor, and I just thought, what the hell? Like, I hadn't even cooked them. I was taking them out to cook them. As soon as I, like, picked it up off the shelf to take it to where the ovens are, like, this is at work tonight, right? I dropped the whole fucking box. What the hell? If that were to happen on a Monday, I'd say, oh yeah, that's just a typical Monday thing. But not on a Saturday. Stuff like that should not happen on a Saturday. But do you know what? I had a look at the box, and the underneath of it was cut. So, like the people that bring in the loads and stuff, like they do open up the box and see, oh yeah, it's chickens, but it doesn't make sense because they know that it's chickens. They know by the brand and the sticker that's on the box that it's chickens. So why was it cut? Because there was equal sides of sticky tape on each of the flaps of the boxes of the cardboard, like the opening of the cardboard. If it were to be unstuck or unstuck because of the heat, the tape would have literally lifted off one side of the cardboard and just be stuck to the other piece. You know what I'm trying to say? But just weird. So yeah, poor chickens. They didn't get cooked. So I had to grab another box and clean up the mess I fucking made. I know I had said before in other reading vlogs or just other videos that I just can't read at night anymore because I do a lot of night shifts and I just don't have the mental capacity to read at nighttime, which is a bit bullshit because I had read the majority of One Italian Summer and This My Church. The first two books I read, most of that was read during the night, and I got some damn good reading in that time too. I was very surprised. This time, I don't know. Normally, now I'm realizing I can only watch like a few episodes of YouTube, like a few YouTube videos, and then that's it. Nothing is exciting me. But the book is, and I just can't bring myself to read. I just don't know. I really don't. So I'm gonna stop whinging and whining like I usually do when it comes to stressful shit that I don't understand why is wrong with me and stuff like that. And I'm gonna at least try and read. It is Sunday, the 13th? Yes, the 13th. Middle Game by Sean and Maguire. I'm noticing that when they are pieced together, when these people that are meant to be the doctrine are put together, they are very close to nature. Like there's bits and pieces of people before, like very smart people before, I'm assuming, and then there's also like parts of like animal, I'm assuming. The way I can describe it is probably a Frankenstein or season 3 of American Horror Story The Coven, where Evan Peters' character died and the two girls, I can't remember their names in the TV show, but the two girls, the two witches, like recreated him. They cut him up, recreated him, did some witchy voodoo magic and brought him back to life with the pieces that they put him in, you know, kind of thing. Because we get Lee, she's someone like Reed Lee is, where she believes in his doctrine theory and all that kind of stuff. And it said that her bones were cut up with previous women that had like really brilliant minds, and also like whalebone and bird feathers. So it's definitely magic of some sort. I'm loving it so far. The way that they know when something has happened is with cuckoos. There's Roger and Dodger, they ended up reconnecting again. Like Reed and Lee knew that with the cuckoos. Like the cuckoos obviously came together. I'm guessing the cuckoos are like metallic, you know, the cuckoos in the cuckoo clock, they go cuckoo, cuckoo. Yeah, I wonder if it's like that kind of thing. And it's all woven together. How the cuckoos know when Roger and Dodger connect and make contact again is very fascinating. Does seem to be a lot of complex magic in here. Before we used to get a lot more of Dodger, who was the sister, like a lot of Dodger's powers, and like with her knowledge, her genius level knowledge with maths and mathematics and numbers. Now we are starting to get a little. I thought to myself, what about Reed? Where's his? Yes, we know he's good with languages. Now we are understanding how good he is with languages. Like Lee and Reed were talking. Roger can speak 7 languages. he can make any sound. This is very fascinating. I'm very curious to see how it's all going to come together. It was said before that Dodger feels like she could turn back time, and she feels like she could do it if she had the right equation. And I'm wondering if time has something to do with time travel. Every now and then, with like in between different chapters and different books, we get the book of Deborah A. Baker, or A. Deborah Baker, I should say. Shauna Maguire is writing under that pen name as well, with the books in here, like the Under the Woodward Wall, or something like that, or Over the Woodward Wall. So like the book in here, a lot of people think is actually a real place, especially the alchemists like Reed and Lee. They believe that the place, like the impossible city, where there's like an infinite amount of knowledge, exists because Deborah A. Baker, or A. Deborah Baker, or something like that, who was Reed's progenitor, who created Reed, also wrote those books, and they were a set of popular children's books in this book right here. So it's kind of like creating this cult into believing this place is, or creating this fandom, this following, not really much a cult, or probably is, but yet creating this new following of new generation that believe that it's actually a possibility, that the impossible city really does truly exist. And I'm really, really enjoying it. I really am. I'm going to continue reading now before I go to work. I start at 1, so I'm going to try and get as much reading as I can get done, and then read more tonight. So I will see you soon when I have more reading done. So, Sunday night now, how you going? Up to around like after the 250 page mark in middlegame. This book is leaving all my smudgy fingers. Can you see that? Like all my smudgy fingers. Middlegame by Shauna Maguire is getting very interesting. Weird things are happening, and like I said, I really love it how people in the alchemical Congress are like putting themselves, or people who work with what's his face again, Reed, they are putting themselves in between Roger and Dodger to make sure that they align properly with how the timelines should be, if that makes sense. I think I'm understanding there's this kind of like time travel element into it, which I was kind of ish correct. And the time travel element is about old magic that people just kind of disregarded. This old magic that's like old time magic. And where, you know, the city of Atlantis, where it was like a technologically advanced city and stuff like that. It's kind of like that, but in this one, it's Olympus. And they're trying, what Reed is trying to do and why he is using Roger and Dodger is because he wants to get to this place, the impossible city, which is Olympus. I'm pretty sure if I read it correctly. And the impossible city is said to be where all this magic is supposed to be, where old magic that was used before people kind of stopped believing it used to be, and they're trying to get that back. And so are the Alchemical Congress, but are they really? Like, they are, but they don't believe in what Reed is doing because they believe he's doing it like the wrong way, or or like the Congress believe that Reed is going about it and not the way that the Congress wants it to. So it's all very fascinating how it's like kind of all connecting. We are starting to see Roger and Dodger's powers come into play a little bit more. And with Roger's skills with the languages and how he can pick up emotions, how he can force his tone, force his voice onto someone to kind of make him do what he wants to do, or make them get him information kind of thing. And Dodger with her mathematical equations and how the world should go in terms of mathematics, if that makes sense. Like, if I were to like go for a drive to the Strand, like the Strand and where I live is like this beach area, very beautiful beach area. and like she would look at the mathematical equations on how to get there, and she would look at, and if something were wrong, she would look at it's midnight now, I'm really tired, and if something were to go wrong in her life, if something that she didn't want to happen, she would look at the mathematical equation and see where it went wrong. She sees life as a mathematical equation, is what I'm trying to say. And now we're really starting, like I said, we're really starting to get to see their powers come into play. It's really interesting to see Reed's perspective, to see how he views things, and to see his control over Lee, who was like his subordinate, his employee. And it's interesting to see that he does see Roger and Dodger as his kids, because he made them with his own blood and bone. And it's all very fascinating how they take bits and pieces of this, bits and pieces of that, and get the best pieces of this and that to create Roger and Dodger, to create the doctrine, to get to this place. It's all fascinating. And yes, I'm really enjoying it. So they are in college now. They are matured, I'm assuming, because with their quantum entanglement, they have some issues. And it's all very fascinating how the quantum entanglement can affect them. So there is suicidal like themes of suicide in here in this book, so just be a little mindful of that. And it's just like if one does one thing, it affects the other. Oh, I'm really enjoying it. And I'm just curious because they said, like in the beginning, when Roger and Dodger reach their maximum powers, they would go back with Reed to find the impossible city. And I'm wondering, when is that going to happen? Maybe I read it wrong or something like that, but that's just what I read. And just, yeah, like I just have so many thoughts and feelings about this book, and I'm just loving it, and I'm actually making decent headway into it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish. Oh, it's Monday. It's Monday today, so there is a possibility I can't get this done on Tuesday. Thank goodness. I'm loving it so far. It's really good. I'm expecting this big build up to happen, and I don't want to have my expectations high and then like get disappointed when they don't happen, you know? But I do feel like something big is gonna happen. I'm enjoying it. I really am. I'm gonna go to sleep now. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know, tomorrow night, tomorrow day, I don't know, but I will see you when I have read around 50 to 100 pages, read enough for me to give you a bit more of my thoughts and feelings. Bye-bye, I'm gonna sleep now. It is now Monday. I'm up to page, I did see what it was before, 358. I'm nearly up to page 360 in middle game. I am really enjoying it. It's much different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be one thing, but it turned out to be another. And I'm not hating it. I'm really enjoying it. I really am. I can't even explain it. It's so hard to talk about. All I know is that I'm really enjoying it. I hope I haven't had my expectations a bit too high for this, that like middle game being a 5-star prediction. I just hope I haven't set the bar up too high, but I have to give a book a 5-star prediction, you know? And it's so fascinating how they can change timelines and what their powers are. It's so different than what I thought it was going to be. And that's all I can say so far, because I don't want to talk about it any more than I kind of already am, because I don't want to spoil it, you know? And it's like shifting alliances, and just they will do whatever it takes to get the doctrine, and just like things are happening with the doctrine and everything. It's just like, oh man, there's so much to unpack here. There really truly is. And yeah, I really can't. It's so surprising how much I am enjoying this. Like, it is good. Yeah, I can't say any more. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say I have read. I will try. Can I get it done tomorrow? I don't know. Tomorrow, the latest Wednesday. It has to be done by Wednesday. I will forgive it for being Wednesday to get this finished, but I'm gonna try and get as much done tomorrow. Like, try to get as much done tomorrow. It is like 1 o'clock in the morning now, so it's technically Wednesday, and I have finished Middle Game by Sean Maguire. I am too tired to try and explain my thoughts, but it was really good. Really good. I think I rushed to the reading a little bit to try and get it done, and I'm going to have to flip it back and read some things over again. Like, I understand the majority of it. It's just I need to go back and read some things, but then again, like, after me working a night shift, I'm not going to be as focused, I guess you could say, or as understanding, but I really liked it. It was really good. That is all I have to say so far, until I have more coherent things to say, which will most likely be tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Okay, it is not tomorrow. It is actually the 24th of March, and I have my hair tied up, so my face is looking a little weird. Middle game. You see, I've started annotating. I used to annotate before, until I stopped, because it kind of annoyed me a little bit, but I'm actually getting into it again. Middle game. I'm gonna have to give 4 stars to. I have just about no complaints about this book. The only complaints I have were my expectations. I think I was just thinking too much about it and just hoping I would pin something to a 5-star, you know? I think upon reread it will be a 5-star, but it is a 4-star for now. I do think rereading it will help a lot. Like, I did tab some things, and I'm gonna have to like re-tab them, like re-tab other sections that I just want to remember and all that kind of thing. All those kinds of things, I should say. Like, I will actually say the one thing I don't like about this book is that my smudgy fingerprints are all over the cover of it. Can you see a little bit? That is like the only complaints I have about this book, is my smudgy fingers on the cover of the book. It was so good. This book was really truly amazing. I love Seanan McGuire's brain. Oh god, okay, you don't need to see that. Oh, Maggie. She's having problems with chewing on her feet. I think she has allergies. We give her stuff, but she keeps on chewing it off, like licking it off, and we're trying to get her to stop that. So yeah, like, it was so good, middle game. I really did truly love it. It's just my expectations. I thought it was going to go one way, but it ended up going a completely different direction than I thought it was going to. Which is fine, because it was still enjoyable. I was still enjoyed where it ended up. I just had expectations, like, just with some things that some of the characters have said in the book didn't pan out to how I thought they were going to, but I still really loved it. It's still such a damn good book. I will be reading the companion novel, and I will be reading the Over the Woodward Wall series, like the ones that Seanan McGuire writes as A. Deborah Baker, which is a character in this book. So I will definitely be continuing on. It's just my expectations. I think I was just putting a bit too much pressure on myself to give this a 5-star read, like a 5-star review, or rating I should say. But it was still damn good. Like, I can't fault it. I can't fault it at all. It just peels back the layers and just gives you little Easter eggs for what's about to come. But yeah, I really did truly love it. It's really making me get back into annotating again, which is all exciting. It really truly is. And that's a wrap for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed. If you have, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below. Have you read this book? Have you enjoyed it? And will you be continuing on with the series, knowing that there is going to be another one? Let me know down below in the description. In the comments, not the description. Oh my goodness. And I will thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.